Ever find yourself wanting to get out, out in nature, like
Mm-hmm.
needing a break from everything?
Yeah.
Well, today we are diving into KouvolanLuontalet.pdf,
Okay.
which is a guide to Kouvola's incredible network of nature trails.
Right.
So get ready to discover some hidden gems,
Yeah.
maybe learn some Finnish along the way, and who knows, you might just find your next adventure.
What I think is really cool about Kouvola is how they've managed to weave all these pockets of wilderness into like the fabric of the city.
Right.
It's amazing. We're talking trails for everybody here. I mean, whether you're a seasoned hiker or
Yeah.
just looking for like a peaceful stroll in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's like they've bottled up that Finnish love for the outdoors and just sprinkled it all over the city.
Mm-hmm.
The guide actually highlights 11 different trails,
Oh, wow.
each with its own distinct flavor.
Yeah.
But one thing that they all have in common is that they're marked with blue paint.
Oh, cool.
So you can channel your inner explorer without getting lost in the woods,
Yeah.
unless you want to.
Right, exactly.
Huh.
And speaking of channeling your inner explorer, imagine this.
Okay.
You're cresting a ridge and you're just met with this incredible view, rolling hills that were sculpted by glaciers thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
We're talking about Heisenharju,
Okay.
which locals have nicknamed the Punkaharju of Kymenlaakso.
Punkaharju of Kymenlaakso, all right. That has a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
But seriously, what's with the nickname?
It all comes down to those glacial formations. So picture this, giant ice cream scoop dragging across the land,
Okay.
and it's leaving behind these long, winding ridges.
Right.
Those are called eskers.
Eskers.
And Heisenharju is known for them, just like its a more famous counterpart, Punkaharju. They're like these time capsules from the last ice age.
Wow.
It's just this reminder of the incredible forces that went into shaping the landscape that we see today.
So we're not just talking like a walk in the park here. We're talking a walk through like geologic time.
Exactly.
That's incredible. It's amazing how these trails offer like this glimpse into the past
Yeah.
while they're immersing you in the present.
Yeah.
And with those crystal clear lakes reflecting the sky, it sounds absolutely magical.
And speaking of hidden wonders, let's go from this ancient ice age landscape to a hidden oasis.
Okay.
Right in the heart of the city.
Okay.
Picture this. You're strolling through the Lehtomäki neighborhood, and all of a sudden you come across this tranquil forest lake.
Wait, a lake surrounded by swamps.
Completely enveloped by swamps. That's Kalalami for you.
Now, that's what I call an unexpected escape.
Yeah.
You had me at City Oasis.
It's amazing. It's a haven for local wildlife.
Yeah.
It's a great place to take a dip in the summer.
Oh, wow.
But what really sets Kalalami apart is this fascinating feature called a hidenkivi.
A Haidinkivi,
Okay.
which is a glacial erratic.
Okay, now you've got to explain this one to me. What in the world is a hidenkivi?
Picture this. You're exploring the area around the lake, and you stumble upon this massive boulder
Okay.
just sitting there like it doesn't belong.
Right.
That's a glacial erratic. This giant rock was carried for miles and miles by glaciers during the Ice Age.
So it's like a souvenir from a glacier,
You got it.
left behind for us to just marvel at.
Exactly. That's incredible. It's like holding a piece of history in your hand,
Yeah.
or at least trying to, given how big these things are.
Exactly. You've got it. These hidenkivis are scattered all throughout Finland, and they're like these silent testaments to the power of nature. And some of them even have local legends and myths associated with them.
Oh, wow.
Just imagine the stories that they could tell.
I'm already getting chills thinking about it.
Right.
So we got ancient ice formations, a hidden lake, boulders with a past.
Mm-hmm.
What other surprises does Kouvola have in store?
Well, if you're enjoying these bird songs we're hearing,
Yeah.
you're going to love this next trail.
Okay.
Let's talk about Huikenlenki.
Huikenlenki.
Yeah.
All right, lay it on me. What makes Huikenlenki so special?
Okay, so picture this. You're strolling along this path, and it's winding through this really peaceful landscape. The air is alive with all these bird calls.
Okay.
You get to a clearing, and you spot this bird watching tower.
Okay, you had me at birdwatching tower. I mean, that's just begging for some epic views.
Yeah.
But are we talking about like pigeons and sparrows here? Or are we talking about rare and exotic species?
Get ready to break out your binoculars.
Okay.
Because Huikenlenki is home to some real feathered celebrities.
Oh,
We're talking about the booming call of the Eurasian bittern,
wow.
the graceful flight of the western marsh harrier,
Oh, wow.
and if you're lucky, you might even catch a glimpse of the elusive common nightingale,
Wow.
known for its beautiful and complex song.
I had no idea. Finland had such a diverse bird population.
Oh, yeah.
This sounds like a birdwatcher's paradise.
Yeah,
And with those minimal elevation changes, it's perfect for just like a leisurely stroll.
exactly. And it's not just a feast for the eyes and ears either. Huikenlenki is part of the Natura 2000 network,
Oh, wow.
which is this huge conservation effort to help protect Europe's most precious habitats.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so while you're enjoying the serenity of the trail, you're also contributing to the preservation of this amazing ecosystem.
It's incredible how these trails blend recreation and conservation so seamlessly,
Yeah.
allowing us to connect with nature while also protecting it for generations to come. It's like a win-win for everyone,
You really is.
except for maybe the mosquitoes.
Right.
Speaking of unique ecosystems,
Okay.
let's jump to a trail that offers a glimpse at the wild side of Kouvola,
Okay.
right next to a shopping center.
Oh. Yeah, you heard right.
Wait, did you say next to a shopping center?
Mm.
You tell me there's a secret forest behind like a giant department store?
You're not far off. Nivermeki is a nature reserve that's thriving right alongside the hustle and bustle of the Kusankoski shopping center.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could go from like browsing the latest fashions
Mm-hmm.
to hiking through a pristine forest
Right.
in a matter of minutes. That's amazing.
It is.
It's like they found a way to bottle up nature and offer it as like a refreshing alternative to the shopping experience.
It is. And Nivermeki is not just any forest either. You're surrounded by these dramatic cliffs of Rapakivi granite,
Okay.
which is the type of rock that's super characteristic of Finland.
Oh,
And the abundance of ferns there just tells you that this is a place that has remained largely untouched by like human development.
it's like stepping back in time. You can practically feel the history in the air.
Yeah.
And speaking of history, I hear there's a special guide who makes exploring Nivermeki even more fun,
Yes.
especially for families with kids.
You're talking about Karn the Raven.
And the Raven.
Yes. He's a character featured on the information boards along the trail.
Oh, cool.
And he engages children with nature-themed tasks and questions. It's great. It really turns a simple hike into this interactive adventure.
Karn the Raven. That's fantastic.
Yeah, he's like the mischievous but wise owl of the forest.
I love it.
Except he's a raven.
Yes.
Yeah.
Karn the Raven. Kouvola really knows how to make exploring fun for all ages. It's like they've taken the best of nature and then the best of storytelling and just combined them
Yeah.
to this really cool experience.
It is a winning combination. And speaking of winning combinations,
Sure.
let's talk about a trail that's got it all. History, nature,
Okay.
and a little dash of international intrigue.
Ooh, intrigue.
Mm.
All right, you got my attention. What's the story?
Okay, get this. So you're wandering through a forest, right? Sunlight dappling through the leaves,
Hmm.
and you stumble upon a steel bridge.
Okay.
But this isn't just any bridge. This bridge has a passport.
A bridge with a passport.
Mhm.
Okay, now you've really piqued my curiosity. Where in the world did this bridge come from?
Believe it or not, this bridge crossed continents to get here. It came all the way from Russia.
What?
Yeah.
A bridge with a Russian accent? You know what? This is starting to sound like a spy novel. Secret rendezvous in the forest whispers of a bygone era. What else can you tell me about Pioneer Metze?
Well, for starters, it's actually located on what used to be a military area. So you're walking through layers of history surrounded by whispers of the past. And the best part is Pioneer Metze is incredibly accessible.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, they have trails there that are specifically designed for wheelchairs and strollers.
That's fantastic.
So it really makes it so that everyone can experience the beauty of this really unique place.
I love how Kouvola prioritizes inclusivity when it comes to enjoying nature. It's like a good reminder that the outdoors is for everyone.
Absolutely.
So we've got these ancient eskers, a hidden city oasis, a raven storyteller, and a bridge with a passport. What other hidden gems are we going to uncover today?
Well, if you're up for a little bit of a challenge, Kamermeki is calling your name.
Okay.
So picture this. You're navigating these steep inclines, feeling the burn in your calves.
Hmm.
But the view from the top, when you get to those rocky outcrops overlooking these pristine lakes, it makes it all worth it.
Okay. I am all for a little exertion if it means being rewarded with those breathtaking views.
Yeah.
It's like they say the best views come after the hardest climb.
Yeah.
What about those who maybe prefer their hikes with a little more tranquility? Are there trails for those of us who like to wander at a more leisurely pace?
Absolutely. If like a peaceful riverside stroll is more your Speedolakile is the perfect trail for you.
Okay.
Imagine like meandering along the Kimijoki River
Yeah.
with the gentle murmur of the water as your constant companion. And if you're lucky, you might even spot some vibrant Siberian irises,
Oh,
which is actually the regional flower of Kamenlakso.
it's amazing how each of these trails just offers a different perspective on Kouvola's natural beauty. It's like you go from dramatic cliffs to these tranquil rivers. There's something for everyone. It's like flipping through a nature photographer's portfolio.
That's a great way to put it. And if you're lucky, you might even capture some of your own wildlife photos at Milipuro.
Okay.
This protected area is teeming with wildlife. We're talking graceful deer and roe deer. You might even spot a badger or a
Wow.
playful otter
Oh, wow.
or even a cunning fox.
Oh my gosh, it sounds like a fairy tale.
It really does.
I can practically hear the leaves crunching beneath my feet
Yeah,
and like the distant call of a fox.
right.
Are there any trails that offer like a different perspective on the region? Something beyond just the tranquil beauty that we've been exploring so far?
Yeah, if you're looking for a different vantage point,
Okay.
literally then head to Kenkaran.
Kenkaran.
Kenkaran. This trail will take you up a riverside cliff and it's going to offer you this panoramic view of the Kaimijoki River.
Yeah.
But here's the twist. From this view, you can actually see the contrast between nature's splendor and the industrial landscape that's on the opposite bank.
It's a good reminder that even in a place as dedicated to nature as Kouvola, there's still this really fascinating interplay between the natural world and human progress.
For sure.
It's like they found a way to coexist where each one complements the other.
Exactly. And speaking of coexistence, our next stop will take us to Kouvola.
Okay.
This is a trail that blends nature history and even a little touch of royal legend.
Okay. Royal legend. Now I'm so there. Spill the tea. What makes Kouvola fit for a king?
Well, picture this. You're hiking through this really beautiful area. Maybe you've taken a dip in a nearby swimming spot, and you stumble upon this viewpoint known as the King's Throne.
The King's Throne. Okay, there has to be a story behind a name like that. Was there actually a throne there? Did a king actually sit on it?
Well, legend has it that a king actually surveyed battles from that very spot way back in the 1700s.
Wow.
Now, we can't be sure if there was an actual throne there or not, but the view is definitely fit for royalty.
I bet.
Yeah. And as you continue along the Kouvola Trail, you'll pass by the Kouvola Cemetery, which is known for its Reed family graves.
Oh, wow.
It's this poignant reminder of the lives lived and the stories that are kind of etched into the fabric of this place.
It's incredible how seamlessly Kouvola just blends its natural beauty with its rich history. Each one of these trails is like a chapter in a book, and as we flip through them, we just uncover new layers to this really fascinating region.
Totally.
But as much as I love hearing about these breathtaking views and historical landmarks, I'm also a pretty practical hiker.
Sure.
Does the guide offer any insights into like parking amenities, that kind of stuff?
Yes. Logistics are key to a successful outing.
Yeah.
And this guide has got you covered.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So they do point out that designated parking might be limited at some trailheads, but finding a spot nearby is usually a breeze.
Oh, that's a relief. I would hate to miss out on an amazing hike because I couldn't find parking. Are there any other like practical nuggets of wisdom that we should know before we embark on our Kouvola adventure?
Yes, one thing that they do stress is just being mindful of the weather, especially during rainy or icy conditions.
Yeah.
Those picturesque trails can get a little slippery, so packing the right footwear and taking it slow is always a good idea.
That's good advice. You know, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of wanting to explore.
Yeah.
But staying safe should always come first.
Absolutely.
And speaking of priorities, what about our furry hiking companions?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to bring our dogs along for the adventure? Or are there leash laws that we need to know about?
That is a great question. And those trails do seem like they'd be a dog's dream playground.
Right.
The guide does emphasize making sure that our four-legged friends are leashed at all times. And of course, you know, we always want to be respectful stewards of nature.
Oh, absolutely.
Leave those trails just as pristine as we found them.
Right. Pack it in, pack it out.
Exactly.
Any other essential tips from the guide? Or are we ready to start planning our Kouvola adventure?
Just one last thing.
Okay.
They remind us to be mindful of the fire regulations.
Okay.
Especially during those drier months. So only build fires in those designated areas.
Right.
And always be sure that they're properly extinguished before you head out.
Good advice. Safety first, always. Well, we've covered a lot of ground today.
Yeah.
I mean, everything from these ancient glacial formations
That's amazing.
to a bridge with a Russian passport.
So cool.
I have to say, Kouvola is sounding more and more like a nature lover's paradise.
It really is.
With every trail that we uncover. It's incredible how nature is thriving, like right alongside this urban life.
It really is.
Kouvola has done such an amazing job
Yeah.
of creating these little pockets of wilderness
They really have.
that are accessible to everyone. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And thanks to this handy guide,
Right.
KouvolanLuanKapalit.pdf,
Yeah.
we're armed with all the knowledge we need to plan our very own expedition. This is more than just like a brochure.
Right.
It's like a passport to adventure.
I love that.
A key to unlocking all of the hidden gems of Kouvola's natural heritage.
That's a beautiful way to put it. I love that. It's like an invitation to just slow down, take a deep breath of that fresh air.
Yes.
And uncover those secrets that are just hidden within these ancient forests and along those tranquil rivers.
I love that. So to our listeners, if you're ever looking for a little dose of Finnish wilderness, remember that Kouvola's nature trails are just waiting to welcome you. So lace up those hiking boots.
Yes.
Grab your binoculars.
Why not?
Maybe even pack a picnic basket.
Love it.
And get out there and explore.
And as you're wandering those trails, just keep your eyes open and your mind curious.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to uncover out there.